Hey friends, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Morgan, and I have we have some visitors. We actually just got some kittens recently. The black one is Cowgirl and the gray one back there is Bullet. But I have actually been out of the country for 3 weeks. I was traveling for work, and so my fiance Sam was put on garden duty, and he was in charge of just watching out for everything. As you guys remember, and if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. But we did put the entire garden on an automatic watering system, so it was pretty hands-off. There wasn't a ton that he had to do except just kind of keep an eye on it, and he did an amazing job. So I am headed out to go kind of scope things out, see how everything is looking, and I thought it would be fun to take you along with me. Obviously, there's going to be a ton of weeds, and I'm just excited to see how everything has been growing and what it's looking like. So let's head into the garden and take a look. I'm just standing at the entrance and whoa. Okay, so as we enter, first thing you can see on this side is these are all of our potatoes. Obviously there are some weeds mixed in with them, and I'll have to come out and kind of take a look at that, but we have so many potatoes going all down this entire row. So all from over here all the way over here, that is all potatoes. My gosh. Okay, so right here behind me, and you can see how tall they are. This is all the potatoes. So we are starting to get a couple of flowers on them. You can see them in the background, but over here. But the thing you have to remember is I am in Wyoming, so everything's a little bit later. So a lot of you I know are starting your potato harvest. We weren't able to get ours into the ground until early June because we had such a cold spring. And so everything's just a little bit later and a little bit behind, but I will be able to continue growing these for another probably 6 or 8 weeks, hopefully, before things start freezing. So I'm hopeful that we get the potatoes. Last year we did get potatoes. We had a pretty good yield, and we ate them throughout the entire winter. So I'm super excited for all of these. And once we get them all harvested, I'll take you down and show you how we store them. And so you can do hopefully something similar if that's of interest to you. Next, I wanted to show you the corn back here, and the corn was tiny, if you remember that, from a few weeks ago when I did our garden tour. So the corn has probably grown like 3 or 4 feet in 3 weeks since I left the house. So it's wild because we had the weeds, that huge weed problem back there, and that's because I didn't have enough weed cloth to put over there. So I just wanted to do a comparison between the weeds when we have weed cloth and then the weeds when we didn't have weed cloth down. And that's the part that just got completely taken over by the weeds, and so it totally stunted the corn. But apparently the corn has been able to persevere because I haven't been out here in 3 weeks to pull any weeds or do anything like that. So super exciting. I don't know, let's keep looking around and see what we find. Okay, the next area that completely catches my eye is these vine vegetables, so the squash, the cucumbers, the cantaloupe. I don't know if you can see, but that is growing completely up the fence. This is a 6 or 7 foot fence that we have, and it's growing all the way up. The other thing that's shocking to me is this cabbage. This is that mystery plant that I had mentioned in the last video, and it has just absolutely exploded. Looks like there's a little bit of bug damage on it, but I didn't even know I planted a cabbage, so that is a pleasant surprise. I'm hoping that that bucket, so within the garden over there, that's a 5-gallon bucket, if that gives you any insights into how crazy these plants have gone. So over right on the right hand side, that is our cantaloupe, and then as we move back, that is all butternut squash, and then I believe there's a chance that there's a watermelon and a zucchini. So let's go poke our heads over there and see what we can find. Okay, this is absolutely insane. I would honestly, if you have like an automatic watering system, I would encourage you to just not go into your garden for like a week during the crazy growing time and just come back, because it makes you appreciate everything so much more. And I'm just like blown away by the amount of progress, and Sam did such a good job, and I'm just so excited and so happy right now. But look at that. I was just kind of walking over here, and I can see like giant flowers, and I wanted to give a quick dig in and see if we could find, these are all supposed to be butternut squash over here. So let's do some looking and see if there's anything coming up yet. There's another little tiny one growing there, so a lot of progress still to be made, but I think they're well on their way. You guys, for reference, I am 5'11" and a half. That is how tall the greens are on these onions. This is absolutely insane. I don't even know where to begin with all of this. Okay, so here is our bittersweet thing that we have going on. Let me take you over here. So, if you recall, these are all tomatoes growing along this back fence. Well, the butternut squash have taken over the entire garden, and so they're starting to go and grow on top of the tomato plants. So my worry is that they're going to completely choke out those tomato plants, and those tomato plants actually have really nice big green tomatoes on it. So let me show you that, and we can figure out what the best process is going to be for getting the weight off the plants. I'm wondering, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, but I'm wondering if I can just trellis the butternut squash plant up and over. Obviously the chickens are going to eat some of the greenery, but there's a chance that we might be able to just grow some of the butternut squash up and over the fence, since it's kind of a leggy, viney thing. Let me show you and then we can decide. Okay, so there's the fence that the chickens are in, and then here is where all of the tomatoes are supposed to be growing. If you can see over here, the butternut squash plant is just growing over the tomato plants, but I don't know if we can see them. Oh yeah, see, there's two really nice tomatoes down there. So I know it's still a healthy tomato plant. So I need to figure out how we can get this butternut squash off these tomatoes. I'm wondering if I could zip tie it or something to the fence. I don't know. I might bring Sam out here and see what he thinks. The other thing, just an update on our last update video, is this mystery plant that we weren't sure what it was. I mean, it's getting a little bit choked out, but I still think it might be a watermelon plant. I don't know why I think that, basing that off of anything. I just a thought. Okay, let me figure out what I can do there. But I also wanted to show you all of our little, how many little squash we have growing down here. All of them down there. So I see a lot of zucchini and squash in our future. This is a tomato. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Look, our first tomato. Oh, what a day. Let me get you in here and show you how many tomatoes we have. Can you see all of those in there? Holy moly. This is not supposed to be a harvest video. I told myself I was gonna pull anything and I was gonna save that for the next video. But oh my gosh, is that hard when you've got a tomato sitting right in front of your face that's just so perfect. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, look at how many peppers are on this plant. Obviously they're still tiny, but everything that looks semi-yellow, that is a little pepper. And these are a new variety. We just got them from the store this year. It's called a hot fajita. So I honestly don't know what we even do with them. I think they look like this once they're full grown, but I think these are all those hot fajitas. Here and back there, I believe. So we're gonna have a lot of hot fajitas. Really big and beautiful bell peppers down here. Those are doing excellent. We have more hiding under here. Yum. And then looks like a bunch of jalapenos. We need to come out and get those all harvested. Holy moly, they're everywhere. And then I believe down here we have a ton of cayenne peppers. So I mean, these are doing excellent. And then just a ton more jalapenos. And I don't even know what these are. There's a tiny pepper. Huh. We'll have to find the tag. And then whatever those are. Okay, I lied. So I guess these little things are cayennes. And I have no idea what these are. I don't know. I'll have to go back to my old videos and watch and see what they are. But there's all of the peppers. Okay, next we have, these are all the bush beans. So we've got cannellini and purple burgundy, royal burgundy, something like that. And they are the beans that are purple on the vine, and then when you pick them and boil them, they turn into green beans. And I know I literally just said we're not harvesting anything today, but I think I'm gonna harvest some of these and we'll have them with dinner. So let's get some of these purple beans harvested. And then mixed in here, we also have the cannellini beans, and these are doing absolutely wonderful. I'll bring you in here and show you, but those need a lot more time. So let's grab some purple beans while we're here. There's our bean harvest, and here's what the cannellini beans look like in comparison to these. So it's not a ton. This is literally the first harvest, and I think it's a little bit early, but too excited to wait. So peas, beans for a side. All right, next we're venturing over to the cucumbers, or what I thought were cucumbers. And now looking at the leaves, they look a little bit different, but I think we have 3 large honeydews that I don't know if they were mislabeled or what happened there, but those were supposed to be cucumbers, so not sure. But these are all the little cucumber pickling varieties, so we're gonna have a lot of these little guys. Super yummy for snacking, and then I think we will try to pickle majority of them. So super excited. There are so many in here, and on our harvest day I will take you through and show you all of those guys. But that's about it for the garden. Oh, we do have some sugar snap peas, I believe, over here back with the trees, so let's go take a look at those and then we will call it a day. Over here in the weed part where we didn't lay the weed cloth, so we've got the potatoes with the weed cloth there, and then over here was no weed cloth. It's like a game of I Spy. Let me know if you can find the lettuce. I'm being bad and totally breaking my own rule that I set for myself, but I feel like these don't count. Sugar snap peas. These are like a snack that you get to reward yourself with when you're gardening. So I'm not going to count this as harvesting, but there are, ooh, yum, quite a few in here. I'm going to bring these into Sam, and he's going to have a good snack, and I will have them too. I'm going to go keep looking, see if I can find any more. I didn't get a ton, but I got a decent snack. I'm saving the rest for later, but look how funny this one is. It's gigantic. Can't wait. So that's it for our garden tour. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna take you along as we whip something up for dinner. I think I was planning on just making whatever we can find from the garden and from the freezers with the meat that we've already saved. So I'll take you along and show you what we're able to whip up for dinner. We haven't gone to the store yet, so we really don't have any food. So we're just kind of relying on what we have found or harvested here on our own. So let's jump in and let's go make some dinner. All right, this is our dinner. We're having salads, the lettuce, tomato, peas, and I think that's it, is from the garden. And then we got salmon from a friend who was willing to share with us. They caught it up in Alaska. So we're gonna eat some dinner and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for joining. Bye.